I've lived most of my life feeling like I'm not enough. And that is why I started posting daily on YouTube, is to prove to myself that I can be seen and heard and not die. Because it's super vulnerable to put yourself on camera, to hear yourself, to see yourself, and be judged. Because people judge every day. I judge. And for the longest time, I judged myself super hard. So much so that up until about 2 years ago, I hated seeing pictures of myself. I hated seeing videos of myself. I hated hearing myself in a video. Like if a friend would record a video and I could hear myself laughing in the background, or I could hear myself telling a story, I would judge immediately. I'd be like, oh, is that what I sound like? And then, I look at the video thinking, oh, well, let me look at it to get the context of what I'm saying right now or what song I'm singing or whatever. And then I look at the video and I'm like, oh, is that what I look like? And I was seeing myself as just this person that wasn't enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't skinny enough. I wasn't sexy enough. I didn't sound beautiful enough. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't funny enough. Like I wasn't enough. And I lived like that for years and I kept making myself smaller and smaller and smaller to like fit this narrative that I was telling myself. And it wasn't until a couple years ago that I was going for walks and I was leaving myself voice memos of like thoughts I was having about whatever. Um, Maybe I read a book or heard a podcast, and so I would have ideas or questions or something I didn't want to forget, but I was walking, so I didn't want to type it. So I started leaving myself voice memos. And it was completely by accident because I remember I was in the notes app, like typing myself notes and like almost tripping over things because, I'm trying to type and walk. So I found voice memos and was like, oh, so much easier. I'll just walk and talk to my voice memo. And at first, when I started playing the voice memos back to myself, I did that thing again where I was judging and I was like, ooh, is that what I sound like? And I started to learn to get past that judgmental phase of how I sounded. And I started really listening to my words and listening to whatever idea or question I had. And then I started thinking about the questions and ideas I was having, and then having more ideas and questions. And suddenly, after this rhythm, after just doing it over and over and over again, repeating this pattern of taking these voice memos and listening to them, I started to like my voice again. I started to soften in that place where I'm like, oh, like that sounded really smart, or that was really beautiful what I said. And it's so crazy like to think about how hard I was on myself, but I was like, wow, I actually like the sound of my voice again. And after that, I started doing more face to camera stuff, basically for IG because, creators were talking about it. And again, it wasn't like to get famous or like be an influencer. I just, um, would have like something to say or have an idea or whatever and just wanted to put it out there. And so I started doing the face to camera for IG. And I swear the first few, I was like, oh no, 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 this is not going up. And thankfully at the time, I was working with a coach who was like, don't even, well, no, I was editing them, but she's like, edit it and then post it. Like, don't keep rewatching it. Don't keep re-editing it. Like, edit it till it's good enough. Like, give yourself, I think I had a time limit, like 15 minutes, and then post it. So it was do it raw, do it real, do it messy. And so I started doing that. And of course, judging the first however many. And then slowly, miraculously, beautifully, I started seeing my face and hearing my voice and being like, oh, you're actually kind of cute. And it wasn't until January when I started this YouTube challenge. So Glow Autonmo, she's been posting on YouTube for I think almost a year now, and her goal is 1,000 days. And kudos to her. She's amazing. If you have heard anything about Glow Autonmo, uh, check out her page. She's pretty awesome. But anyway, she started a bunch of us on like 100-day YouTube posting challenge. And when I started it, I went into it with I just wanted to build the muscle of like posting daily. And I really had no idea what I was going to talk about, where it was going to go, any of it. I really just knew that I wanted to post daily. And I started, I had to do it real, I had to do it raw, and I had to do it messy because I couldn't edit the videos without picking them apart. So I was kind of back to square one, like I was with with the Instagram like talking head. I was like, oh my God, I'm rambling, I'm talking about this, I'm talking about that, I'm doing all these things, I'm going all over the place. I can't post it. And I had to get, some tough love and basically just post it. Like, don't even look at it, just post it. Put a title, a description, some tags, post it. And I did that for days and then weeks and weeks. I didn't look back at any of the videos because I knew I would just judge myself and I would quit. I would talk myself out of finishing the challenge because I was too loud or I didn't know what I was talking about or I was too this or I was too that or whatever. So I just kept posting and not looking at them. And then I finally got the guts around, I don't know, maybe day 20 to actually watch the video. And I don't even remember which video it was. I think actually before I posted it, I was like, I need to watch that because I almost just kept talking and yapping about whatever it was. And I feel like I like blacked out. So knowing what I know now, it's almost like I got into a flow state. And so I just talked about whatever it was I was going to talk about. And I didn't remember any of it because it was just coming naturally and freely out of me. So I rewatched that video before I posted it. And it was kind of magical because I didn't judge my voice. I didn't judge how I looked. And I was like, "Oh my God, look at you. Look at you like talking on camera and posting these to the, void. And someone out there might see this and maybe feel some kind of way." And I was so proud of myself for just getting to day 20 or whatever day it was. And I kept being consistent and I kept posting and you know, I get comments every once in a while. If you like this video, please subscribe and comment and like it. You know, give me feedback, whatever you think. But yeah, I've been getting comments. Some are kind and encouraging, and others are totally unkind and unsolicited advice. And I keep going and I keep going because I set this goal for myself to post for 100 days. Well, 100 days has come and gone, and I'm still posting. It is now just a part of my daily routine. It's like I've been so busy the last 3 weeks that I've been giving myself permission to not post. I'm like, I have this goal to continue posting for the year of 2026 every day. And because I was so busy last week, I'm like, you know what? If I um have to take a day off, I'll take a day off. And I couldn't. I was having ideas. I was having so much to talk about that I just kept posting. And I'm so proud of myself and I'm so excited about the next 100 days and just getting to the end of this year and being able to look back at this work and being able to say, I did it. And I really, really hope that I encourage others to tell their stories. Um, I feel like I've been telling everybody lately, oh, you should tell that story. You should post it on YouTube. So hopefully more and more people will do this, if anything, just to see their face, their own face and that hear their own voice and be like, wow, I'm pretty cool. So that's my story today. Thanks for watching.